Hi guys. Shout
Well done.
Welcome to Brew York YouTube live session. It's our 59th session. It's been a whole few weeks since we did the December tasting, which is we're getting back in a monthly routine now.
Andrew, are you watching this with sound on? Because I just heard that.
I'm just making sure it's live.
So I could hear the cheering echo.
Cheering in the background. So for anyone who's not joined us before, my name is Wayne. I'm MD at Brew York.
And that must make me Lee, and I'm the production director of Brew York.
It's a huge welcome to all our subscribers, especially the ones in the room today. And obviously to anyone who can't make it, who's joining us at home, and also just the general public who are joining us, or former subscribers who are joining us from home. So welcome. It's we're in the tasting room today. We haven't been in here for a few months, actually, probably about a year. It's been a long time since we've been up here because we tried to do
long enough that we can't remember.
In the different spaces. The last time we were downstairs in the tap room. So when we're in here, we do have the added distraction of a TV for anyone in the audience. So you can see the questions that people are asking back home, or if you can't quite see us in front of you, you can look to the right and see us on the screen there. But from our point of view, there's a big mirror and we can see ourselves, which is just really strange. So, yeah.
On about what do you reckon, about a 30-second delay?
I know it's a delay. And I think I'm slouching because I look like really short in that one. So I'll just do the rest of it and stuff like this. So it's a very, very short tasting. We're going to hopefully try and keep it to around an hour, so it's nice and concise. But more importantly than that, let's get some warm beers out of the fridge. 1 armpit each, 330ml cans. Get your really expensive EMPRESS TONKOKO and your barrel-aged EMPRESS warming up now, because they're going to taste miles better when they do get warm. If you've got a little fire in the room, maybe put them in front of that. Get some temperature going into them, and you'll taste far more than just tasting a cold beer. And as always, if you like this video, subscribe, drop us a like, and send Pete loads of emails as well. Tell us what you want us to do next.
Excellent. So, yeah, we've already announced a couple of the beers there, but the full rundown is, and we're going to be doing some power drinking here. We've got an hour to get through a 7.2% red IPA called HEL'S. We're then doing the non-barrel aged EMPRESS, which comes in at 10.6, and we've then followed it up with one of the 8 different barrel-aged versions we're doing this year. And this time, it's the first time we've ever worked with an orange brandy barrel.
We hate orange, don't we? Somebody does.
Yeah.
Looks like you're sat on each other's lap.
Definitely a little bit of influence from Joanna on the selection of barrel for this one. So that's that. So yeah, as we go along, as always, we'll talk about the theory behind the beer, why we might have called it a certain thing, why we might have branded it away, if there's anything unique about the production approach or the ingredients, etc. We need this to be as interactive as possible for both your entertainment and ours. So online, you have the ability to post questions below the video, and if they're clean enough and good enough, Pete will put them on the screen. In the room, just put your hand up and we'll get to you when we can. Okay. Right, and then when we sample each of these 3 beers, having done the sampling, we'll also then pick up a specialist subject. We do have a few kind of standing items. We always tell you what's been going on since we last spoke. We always do a bit looking forward. And then in the middle, we do a bit of an update thing on what's gone in the breweries, which is kind of my domain, and then what's gone on in the wider business with a real big focus on the bars, which is very much Wayne's domain. Okay, if you have any feedback, if you want to be in the audience, email Pete.
Or info@brewyork.co.uk.
Info@brewyork.co.uk. Yeah, anyway, you got that bit. Right, so the first beer we have up, which has been poured out already, is 7.2% American Red IPA, one of my favourite styles of beer. I think, in fact, one of both of our favourite styles of beer, but absolutely not one of the favourite styles of our sales team. So this is the 9th beer and 9th and final beer in the 9 Realms range, and there was lots of things we wanted to do within the range, and I was told many, many times by our sales team, you can't do that, it won't sell, you can't do that, it won't sell. And I did compromise all the way until we got to the 9th beer. And then for the 9th beer, I said, I'm pulling rank here. We are going to make what I want to make, and you're going to have to find a way of selling it. And it turns out they were right. We are still sat on a lot of this. It isn't selling that well, but it means it's going to be around for a while for us to drink.
Also, it's a style that lasts. So obviously, very, very hop forward beers drink fresh. but a red IPA that's malt forward. It's got the hoppy backbone to it, but it's malt forward, so it will still taste great in a few months' time. Not that we'll have any in a few months' time because we'll drink it, but hopefully you guys will as well. Oh, Joanna, well, there definitely won't be any left if Joanna's drinking it.
So given I wanted us to do a red IPA, there was only one candidate for who I wanted us to do this with, and that was Siren out of Reading. I think they're probably the only UK brewery that regularly produces one in Liquid Mistress. And they've done many great examples over the years. So when I said red IPA, it's like, I need to get Sean here. We need to do a beer together. Under Sean's guidance, we selected hops that were going to give us a lot of kind of orangey marmalade type character. So we used Amarillo and we used Eclipse, which was the first time we'd used that particular one. And then we've got some Simcoe in there as well. There's a few ways in which you can do these types of beers. My preferred way is to go quite heavy on the crystals. So malt that's been caramelized, so you end up with that kind of caramelly burnt sugar type tasting. So we've got quite a bit of that in there. The modern versions of this beer tend to dial that down a little bit, but I prefer it the way that they used to be done. And Sean does as well, but I think mostly they produce red IPAs now using a little bit less of that because that's the way the general consumer palate has gone. Okay, what do we think?
I like it. It's been irritating me when I've been seeing it on the back of in our sales report in the back of house. I just said to Lee, have we spelt that wrong? So it's HEL'S Hound, but it's single L. But it's based on it's part of our 9 Realm series, and it's not actually Hell.
It's Helheim, which is one of the 9 realms, and that is spelled with a single L. So that's why it's HEL'S Hounds.
There's no way it would have passed through Ant's radar anyway.
But HEL'S Hound is also, I believe, known as Fenrir, which we've done a beer called Fenrir's Howl before.
Yes, that was to launch the series, wasn't it? My birthday last year.
Oh, it was. Oh, it seems so long ago now.
It's almost a year.
Nice. Well, keep tuned for more on birthday plans later. We're going to be going quite big this year. So what we'd like to know is, we've done 9 of these beers, 9 different breweries we've collaborated with. What has been your favourite? Do you have one?
Yeah, and it's not controversial, but it certainly has been the least favourite from all the shit we've had to deal with it.
Oh, I know which one
you're Vault City Collab. I love that beer. It's really, really good. But none of the bars we've ever sold that beer to love it because it's thick as anything. It just clogs their lines, and you genuinely have to shake the keg every single day before serving. And even our own bars don't do that, so then they have problems pouring it. So it's been a bit of a nightmare beer, but it tastes great, and it reminds me of when we did juice with them a few years back, and that was great.
And a bit of an eye-opener for us. Apologies if you do like those styles. Because of the issues that has posed for us, we are not going to be making these thick smoothie type beers again, because it generates too many complaints. As much as most people enjoy it, there's a few people who aren't quite getting it. So it's just easier if we don't do them.
Maybe small warm game batch that we can only, or something like that, where you can roll your can at home. It's not going to, well, it might get stuck on the way out of your can, but we'll hopefully not.
That would be one thick beer.
Yeah.
So anybody else got a preference? I knew you would have, Joan.
No, I was just going to add that we went to Lee Vault which is Vault City.
Yeah, it's cool. It's tiny, isn't it, in Edinburgh?
Yeah. And I said to them, how do you serve your beers? How do you make sure it doesn't clog your lines? Because I wanted a bit of inside knowledge. And they said every morning they have to really agitate all of their barrels. And I was like, well, yeah.
People at home probably didn't hear that.
What Joanna was saying, she's been to a great venue in...
Joanna, they definitely heard it.
They've been to a great venue in Edinburgh, which is Vault City's The Vault. Vault. It's a very small one. I believe you book and you get like an hour or 2 hours maybe, and then you have to vacate and someone else has a go.
I went to Scotland, New Zealand, the Autumn Internationals up in Edinburgh, and it was great because obviously rugby was on and not many of the craft beer drinkers were out, so I just got straight into the Wee Vault and had a couple of drinks en route up, which is the right sensible beers to have before you go to a rugby game. So,
it's an interesting choice.
Cracking bar.
Yes, Alan?
This is spot on. We still don't have it in the tap yet.
So
we don't help the sales.
Right, so we've been informed that this has not made it into our Pocklington bar as yet. Noted, Alan. If it doesn't get there soon, remind us. Monday. There we go.
We're
Right.
test trying to. Oh, nice. So
Nice.
you're great. So any other shouts for any of the other beers we've done in the series? Giant's Wrath.
Was that the Crike IPA one? Oh, that was good. Yeah.
I haven't.
Yeah.
I don't think I've tasted it. Because we don't do the monthly thing. I don't think I've tasted it. I think it's pouring. Oh, sorry, it's not pouring because we've got the festival on. But we have some kegs of it in the beer hall, so I'll definitely get
that'd have been top 3 for me, definitely.
Going back to the original launch ones, the launch of the series, Fenrir's Howl. There's been some really nice ones. It's a bit of a strange way to do it, and I know other breweries have, where you're doing one beer a month. But my memory's not long enough anymore. We do too many beers. So I'm trying to remember back.
Right, well, it's going to be even worse this year because for our birthday, we are launching 4 collabs in April. And because it's our 10th birthday, there are then a further 6 breweries that we're going to release a beer every month for each subsequent month. So May to November, I think that ends up being.
You just reminded me, well, I've just reminded myself, thinking, forcing the grey matter to do its job. Midgard Mist, West Coast with Thornbridge.
Oh, yeah.
That was I really like that one. Yeah. But yeah, that one really sold out quick. So it's kind of hard to remember trying it because it came and went.
Yeah, well, you'll have to forgive us. I think we did about 62 beers last year.
Which isn't very many for us.
Yeah, this year we're really dialing in. We're going to do about 52. So yeah, still fairly prolific.
Yeah, we say 52, and then it's like, oh, should we do one more? And before we do it, we'll be doing 60 again, I bet.
Should we move on and talk about what's happened since we last spoke, which isn't a long time, is it? It was 16th of December, I think, when we did the last session. So we're about 5 weeks on from that.
Been busy though. I know a lot of people had a couple of weeks off for Christmas, but it's been a while since I had a couple of weeks off.
Indeed. Right. You want to go first?
Yeah, Christmas. A couple of days I did have Christmas Day. So I had a really nice day, Christmas Day. I stayed at the All Grey Mare, which was great. I met my mum and dad, and we went to a nice restaurant nearby called the Pearly Cow and had some Christmas dinner there, which was amazing. We had a really, really nice day out, and then had a secret lock-in. I didn't tell Melissa about that. So the pub was open from 12 till 3. And then I haven't told Avril about this actually. So we had a few drinks when we got back to the pub, and then Paul, who works at the Old Grey Mare, he was coming back from his Christmas dinner, so he joined us for one as well, which was really nice. So it was a really nice day. Obviously, Christmas is nice for everyone, a lot of people. Last weekend, went to the coast with my family, which was really nice. Went up to Scarborough and then Robin Hood's Bay and Ravenscar, which Ravenhall is not called Ravenhall anymore, which is weird. Very weird. So that was really nice. We met our extended family a few weeks back for the first time down in the tap room of all places. It's funny, like, you get free beer and I come here all the time.
When you say extended family, do you mean Bailey's daughter?
No. I mean, so brother-in-law's family. So yeah. So,
okay.
So extended family. We had
as long as you know what you mean.
Had a good time downstairs, and then we were going to head home, and then we were like, well, actually, we'll just pop in Hanley for a couple. So I live up near Oswaldwick, where the main brewery is. So we popped in there, and then there happened to be somebody's 30th birthday, and they had a brass band on. It was buzzing in there. It was really, really good. So we just popped in, and yeah, it was really nice evening.
I think I was there earlier that day when they were setting up like the New York brass band or something like that. Yeah, they're really good. I've seen them before.
So yeah, really enjoyed that. And then the bit I'm not quite enjoying is trying to eat healthy. It's trying to counteract all the beers I keep drinking.
Well, that's easy to solve. Don't bother.
Well, that always happens eventually, but for a period of time.
So I guess my time since we last all spoke, similar. Yeah, nice time over Christmas. Did lots of hosting. I think I cemented my position as a feeder. We did the hosting and I cooked so much food. We were eating leftovers for probably a week and a half afterwards. And it got to the point where I was just either bored of it and it had to go in the bin, or it was going off and going to food poison me and it had to go in the bin. So maybe next year I won't cook for quite so many. We've had some good times with the employees in the last month. We had our all-employee get-together. So once a quarter, we bring the entire company together. We do some updates, and then we do a few fun things. And we had our kind of wine provider, spirit provider of choice came in and did wine tasting, did some cocktails for people. So that was pretty cool, and there was lots of other things going on. And it was also the time for us to have, as a production team, by example and step up and do karaoke night. There wasn't. I did Sweet Caroline, and then I did Don't Stop Me Now by Queen, and then me and Jay did Bohemian Rhapsody.
Once the drinks are flowing, it's funny how much you enjoy karaoke.
Yeah, there was a few people ducked out before that, but yeah, I think everybody did eventually get into it. So that was pretty cool. My wife had her birthday in the last month, and we had some great celebrations, which is why I was staying at the Old Grey Mare last Saturday. We went and had nice food in York, and then went and stayed there. And then we went and had breakfast the morning afterwards, and I surprised her with some of her family that she wasn't expecting to see. So that was pretty cool. Had a Burns night dinner last Friday, which is obviously a celebration of Ravi Burns' life, but it's also when we invite our volunteers who support us with the Merchant Adventurers Beer Festival, and we thank them by having some merry times together. And it was the first time that we've awarded the Alan Connor Award for Beer of the Festival. And we'd been told that the hall was going to get this nice little silver tankard that they were having great. Turns out the thing is this big. We estimate you can fit about 6 pints in it, but it might be more. So when we are next together, probably at the beer festival, we are going to see how many you can fit in it, and then we're going to try and drink it. So yeah, it was nice to be able to do that, and it was a great night. I think every year that we do the Burns night dinner there, it gets better and better. We've got the Northeast Keg Awards here, so we had brewers from around the country here yesterday. Not around the country, they're quite literally all from the Northeast. That's why they call it the Northeast Keg Awards. So we had many brewers here, and the place was jumping. All the beer was on form. It was a really good, nice social experience. So it was good to be able to show off to all of our peers from in the Northeast. And then the final thing, which I didn't have any particular large role in, but I think it's worth acknowledging, is we did a Beer for International's Women's Day. I think you mentioned Melissa being along. I think we probably had somewhere between 20 and 30 different women from within our industry that were involved in that brew day, and Joanna and Jess in our team did a fantastic job at organising everything and corralling them all, and I believe a very good day was had. So that was quite the list.
Yeah.
Considering it was only the 5 weeks since we were last to go.
Busy people.
Nice. So we are moving on to another beer, but while we set that up, does anybody have any questions either in the room or online?
So I've got a question. What duet shall we do at karaoke next week?
Are you volunteering to do karaoke?
I ain't volunteering, but you know for a fact. So next week we're going to Slovenia. So we fly on Tuesday morning, and we're meeting up with the guys from Green Gold there, looking after us. They're going to take us to a few different places, and we're going to do some tap takeovers. So we've got a busy week ahead. And when the guys from Green Gold came across to the UK, they asked us to get a karaoke machine in, especially for the tap takeover event. So you know for a fact they're going to want to do karaoke.
Oh, okay.
Oh, sorry, I know for a fact. You didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
So this is fine. But
I've had some recent practice. I'll be okay.
Every time we go to beer festivals in Europe, everyone loves karaoke.
In fact, do you remember the first ever karaoke I did?
Yeah, your stag do in Tenerife. It was
Lanzarote.
Lanzarote, sorry. It was Donna Summer.
Yeah, they made me do "I'm Every Woman."
quite apt on International Women's Day.
Are you every woman?
On that day, I was. Yes.
I want you, babe.
Yeah. Well, okay, look good. Right. Well, that's something you can all contribute to in the room and online. What duet should Wayne and I do then?
I know. I was. Jesus. It's a Joanna pour.
Oh, it's a bit cold.
I think 2 people didn't turn up, so rather than waste it, I thought I'd give it to you.
So did you not do the armpit warming first, though, Joanna? So we're just stand and pray to the God
Do
of
we have
Empress.
any other questions, mate?
Yeah, we've got 2 online. So first one might not be on the screen just yet, but it is now the 9 rounds is done. What the
next?
next theme for 2026?
10th birthday. So yeah, we are working on the series of beers now. So it'll be part of the birthday. It's our 10th birthday. So can you guess how many beers we're going to do?
3.
And what's the Roman numeral for 10? X. So X is very much the theme. They're all going to be X-rated.
X-Parrot is the one I was, or I know X-Panther.
X-Panther, yeah, the black IPA version we did a while back. Yeah.
But yeah, we're going to do more than 10 beers, obviously, because why would you do 10? So have we told people about these bits yet?
Well,
Special bits.
I think we have, but in case you weren't aware, we are doing 10 versions of Empress. So there's 2 different standard versions. So there is the one we're drinking now, and then there's a coffee-infused version coming later in the year, so Espresso Empress. And then there are 8 different barrel-aged variants. So there are 3 that are just normal barrel expressions. So we're going to have one of them tonight. That's the orange brandy one, and then we have a rum one, and we have a bourbon one. And then there's 5 different flavour variants. And I think salted caramel gets released in a couple of months. Brownie came out for January. We have the spiced rum one. We have a Caribbean coffee one. And how could I forget the chocolate orange one? Yes.
I assume the chocolate orange is Reese because I've drank it. But
Yeah. Joanna's many years of lobbying have finally got us to do the chocolate orange thing.
To be fair, I think it'll be very, very popular. I don't think it's just Joanna. But,
so that's the Empress part of the birthday plans. We then have the 10 collab beers with 10 European breweries. I've said you're going to get 4 of them in April. They will launch at the birthday party. And then we have 6 which will launch in subsequent months. We also are doing something incredibly limited and special. We have 3 different beers that are going to go into wax top bottles. They will be sold as 3-packs. So you have to buy all 3 beers. There will only be 1,000 of them. They will be done on a pre-sale basis. There will be a point at the birthday bash where you can collect them. So you need to get to the birthday bash, so get your tickets. You then will get invited to pre-purchase one of these and you'll be able to collect it at the birthday bash. And we're going to have, they're 500ml bottles. Yeah, they're not big sharing ones. You don't need to have a friend to drink these ones.
I don't know.
Although you might, because one is a 13% barley wine, one is a 12% imperial stout, and the other is a mixed firm beer that we made with the Origin project, which is the kind of
Fine Ales, guys.
Fine Ales side project, which we've been sitting on downstairs for over 3 years now. I don't know until we get it out to the barrel.
We'll find out the strength once we package it.
How much? We don't know the cost of it yet, because until we package it, we don't know how much we've got. So,
Every penny.
but it will absolutely be that, yeah. So incredibly limited. So 10. No, I would think not. This will be a standalone purchase.
And it's all going to be hand packaged, which I know. Yes, we hand package our kegs and casks and things like that. But can you imagine hand filling every single can? Lee's got that.
Well, I think the bit we're most worried about is the manual wax dipping of 3,000 bottles.
From a health and safety perspective, and the guy's not splashing themselves with it.
Yeah, so it's something everybody's excited to do, and we think for maybe as much as the first 50 bottles, it will be amusing.
Ooh, that's what we should do. We should offer a free set of the free beers if people come and volunteer and do the dipping for us, and then we'll do 1,010, and then we'll find a way.
You heard it here first.
Yeah, and I don't know if Pete and Kerry will be able to fit 1,000 cases in their car on the way home after the birthday, so you'll have to restrict yourself to maybe 100 each.
But what else for the birthday plans?
The actual birthday beers.
People who are very much into wax dipping.
Well, there might be a fetish around for.
Are you going where I think you're going?
You just need to subscribe to the right website.
Well, we'll pick up with you on that one later, Pete.
And when you talked about it, when you mentioned it earlier, it made me laugh a little bit because it reminded me of original Tom, so Brewery Tom.
Oh my God!
He
Yes.
he had a day out in Newcastle with a few friends.
I think he was in head of steam in Newcastle.
And he got a wax bottle and he got a knife and he tried to take the wax off.
So he was like an amateur homebrewer and he'd done his own wax dipping, but he absolutely coated it in the stuff.
There's a candle on top of his bottle.
So he got the bar to lend him a knife to get this wax thing off, and he ended up with 9 stitches.
Yeah. So and then he couldn't work in the brewery for a good couple of weeks until it healed and stuff. It was an absolute nightmare. But we obviously let him forget about that pretty quickly. So what are we drinking, or what are we're drinking something? People at home
I
need to
think
know
there's
what we're
another
drinking.
question. Do you want to hold that one back, Pete? We'll come back to it.
Well,
Yep.
Pause that one. Let everyone get their beer poured. We've got backups as well. So we're on to EMPRESS.
Oh, yeah.
So once a year release since 2018. So when we first started Brew York, we launched and we did TONKOKO. We then brought out Imperial TONKOKO for Leeds International. Sorry, we launched TONKOKO at York Beer Festival. We then
September 2016.
upped the ante to to Imperial TONKOKO for Leeds International Festival in 2017. And then we brought out EMPRESS in January 2018. And we did it as a brewery open day. We invited the public down to come and brew with us and dial it up to 11, almost 11, 10.6. So we almost got there, but we loved the beer and it's been a staple ever since. And the Barrel Age series is a big part of that. But the beer itself on its own, the base beer that we're drinking now, hopefully you agree, is a really, really good beer. It's strong, but it doesn't taste strong. So it's one of those dangerous ones that we're quite good at doing. Put a bit of lactose in and you'll forget you're drinking alcohol. Used to be our motto. We don't do that so much anymore. But the beer itself, surely everybody knows what's in TONKOKO by now. So 4 key ingredients. Bob, number 1, not beer ingredients. What do we put in TONKOKO?
Coconut.
Well, coconut, tonka beans, vanilla, and
It used to be Madagascar.
cocoa nibs is the last one.
I think it might be Sri Lanka now.
A lot of people forget about that one. The chocolate, the cocoa.
You keep telling people that on the tour, but it's not anymore.
Hopes and dreams as well. Exactly.
Lots of that too.
And lots of frustration and burnt fingers when we used to hand toast the coconut back at in the pie shop. That was it. So Bob in our audience has said that he thinks it tastes a lot softer than previous versions. I get that. Sometimes the beer mellows a bit, and we've been a lot more prepared this year. We've planned it out, and a lot of the beers have been ready, packaged, rather than doing it all last minute. We're quite good at. So once the beer's packaged, it'll start to mellow. So this isn't a barrel aged version, but the barrel aged ones, once you get them off wood, they start to improve. Well, they're not always improve, but hopefully they start to show some of the signs.
And I think this is the first time I've tasted it since it's been packaged, and I think the Tonka's a little bit higher than it normally is, and the Tonka does have a ability to kind of mask certainly the alcohol. It's one of the reasons I love it. So I think that makes it feel smoother. So it might be that you're picking up on.
And that Tonka itself works really, really well in dark beers. I have tried some Tonka Pales. We did the one with Lakes Brewing. We did 2 with Lakes Brewing, both Tonka beers. It was the Rodney.
The cherry sour one.
So who in the audience?
Rodney Tonka.
Rodney Tonka, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that was
it.
it, wasn't it?
So we've got a question in the audience. Is it Melissa you're pointing at? You were just pointing like.
I really like this. Now, so my question connected
You hate
to that
coconut.
is, are you mellowing the coconut or up in the Tonka? Or have I just developed over 10 years?
Coconut tolerance. So Melissa in the audience, I knew what this question was going to be straight away as soon as Melissa put her hand up. Melissa doesn't like coconut in beer, and she just asked, are we mellowing the coconut, or is the Tonka taking over the coconut a little bit, or is she developing a like the curry palate, where the more the more immune you get to it? Probably a bit of each. We aren't mellowing.
Well, we have changed the type of coconut we've been using. So we went to desiccated, non-toasted for a period, where I don't think you get as pronounced a coconut character through.
So if you're not a coconut expert, it's like tiny shredded coconuts that hasn't been toasted.
Yeah, and now we have flaked coconut that is toasted.
Bigger, chunkier pieces.
And that kind of enhances the coconut character. So you tend to get a lot more flavour coming through from the toasted stuff, which is what we're using now. So that would mean the complete opposite of what you're suggesting, but that's where we are at the minute. But I think it could, again, just be the Tonka, because it's such a powerful flavour that I think sitting on top of some of the coconut.
And 10 years of Tonka as well. So in beer, so it's like not the trucks. There's a lot more than 10 years of them. When we first brewed this beer, it was a massive nod or inspired by what Matt at Lakes Brewing had done previously at Hawkshead, which is the beer called Tonka. It was a big inspiration to us as
9.5% Tonka porter that we encountered at Leeds International Beer Festival, I think in 2014.
Something like that. And one of the reasons, not many people were using Tonka back then, and a lot of people do now. So you do see it a lot more, you do taste it a lot more, and if you drink our beers, you'll definitely taste it. So, 10 years of it, you probably are building up some sort of Tonka tolerance, and then it masks the coconut.
In mine and Polly's toilet back home, we have a
Tonka toilet.
No, we've got the Tonka. We have a rhubarb and Tonka hand wash. And do you know, it smells lovely. I am actually thinking of combining rhubarb and Tonka in a beer now.
Rhubarb, Strice and Tonka edition.
I think we need to work on that.
Well, maybe like a half and half rhubarb Strice and TONKOKO blend.
I think we all need to work on that.
We've got a lot of work to do. So just a little reminder on TONKOKO then, if you do like TONKOKO, you like the standard version as well as the EMPRESS TONKOKO, easy for me to say, TONKOKO. We do the flavour variants in Morrison's. So the next variant's due to go into them soon. Which
April's the next one, where they're having the we're having to call it a caramel biscuit TONKOKO, because it's definitely not inspired by Biscoff.
Lotus TONKOKO.
Yeah.
That will really go there.
Yes, it does yoga positions.
And s'mores is in there at the moment, isn't it?
That's the one, yeah.
So for some weird reason, which really frustrates me, York Morrison's don't have these limited edition beers. So of all the Morrison's we're going to be in, you're going to sell more in there, but they haven't picked up on that fact. Make an entrance.
Sorry, you said it was all right to come in.
So what's been going on in the brewery recently?
Oh, I'm up, am I? So I was being distracted by Joanna. I needed to pass her one of our empty glasses. So in the brewery, considering it's a quieter time of year in production terms, we've actually been quite busy because we've been taking the opportunity to do the kind of housekeeping, hygiene kind of things, and we've painted our kitchen, we've smarted it up, we're reviewing our processes.
You bought more cutlery because you guys go.
We haven't bought one. I swear they eat the cutlery.
They use it like it's disposable. So I think once they've had their lunch, your team just throw it in the bin.
Something's happening with that. I don't know where it's all going. So yeah, we painted the kitchen, reviewing processes, doing training. Lots of people having refreshers on forklifts and things like that. Been working on our plans for the birthday, as you've already heard. They're quite grandiose, so there's a lot to go into getting that ready this year. The EMPRESS project has been a big one. So we've just told you there's going to be 10 different variants. All of them have already been packaged. So you might have heard me say the phrase before about how you lock the freshness in with the peas, like they used to say, like the Jolly Green Giants.
Oh, yeah.
So if a beer is ready,
What was his catchphrase?
ho ho ho, wasn't it?
I'm just trying to get you to do it on camera, but it worked. It worked.
Ho ho ho, Green Giant. So yeah, when a beer's ready, the best thing you can do is package it at that point in time and then kind of freeze it essentially in time. We don't have to then sell them immediately, and we're not doing that. If we threw 10 barrel-aged beers out onto the market at once, yeah, that would bombard you. You wouldn't buy them all. So it's much better if we drip feed them out and kind of keep the excitement going. So they're all packaged, but the last of them won't release until November this year. But these barrel-aged beers last for years in can, and if anything, they're only going to get better. That period that they sit there waiting for you to get your hands on them. We have launched a new stout into Asda, so that's been a very big project. Some serious work by the team has gone in to get us to the standard and to pass the audit standard to be able to be considered a manufacturer of a white label beer for a supermarket. So we now have a collab beer, Asda versus Brew York, that is a salted caramel stout that launched, is it this week? Last week, launched last week.
It snuck its way out a bit before, but apparently, but yeah, it's only just launched.
Well, the expected date, I think, was around the 23rd, 21st, something like that. So that's out in Aston now. And then my kind of big pet project at the minute, which I'm super excited about because I'm a total geek, is the nitrogen generator project that we're doing. So we bought 2 big insulated containers, and we've kind of done a kind of chop and shut, and we fused them together, and we've put them in a little bit of space that we've got outside. And the work just started today on the pipe work that's going to route the nitrogen to where it needs to be in the brewery. And then from next week, the big bits of equipment like the nitrogen generator itself, the tanks that the nitrogen is going to go into, the compressors that will drive all of that starts to arrive from next week. So yeah, huge project, and it allows us to not always have to use CO2 for certain processes. We think we can reduce our CO2 usage by about 75%. In cash terms, that's serving us about £40,000 a year. In environmental terms, massive, massive reduction in our carbon footprint by just doing this one project. Yeah. And that's me.
In the bars in particular, it's always busy, but January is a good time when the bars are a little bit quieter on footfall to try and do some changes. So the big one here in Warmgate was the beer hall upgrade. So as consumers, you guys probably won't see a single bit of difference, but from the bar team's point of view, it's going to make a massive bit of difference. And then you guys will hopefully see it in quicker service. So we've moved the bar forward about 4 inches. Apparently, it makes a big difference. We've ripped out all the back of house, put all these new stainless steel surfaces in to do all the storage and all the rest of it. And the main piece is the tanks that we've installed in the tap room now serve the fonts in the beer hall. So the front tea bars in the beer hall are dispensed from the downstairs. And those 6 beers, believe it or not, make up over 40% of all the beer we sell in this place. So it's really important because the guys used to have to bring all those kegs up and fill the cellar and then replace them every time they kicked. So it was a constant stream of work that they don't have to do anymore because it comes from the giant tanks downstairs. So it just means I've passed the work to Lee and his team who have to keep filling those tanks up. So that's good. What else? Carlton. So if you haven't been to Towers Tap Room yet in Carlton, it's a small village, so most people won't have been there, but it's a really, really cool space. And in summer, we're going to do some really big events because we've got a huge bit of land there that we're allowed to use when we want to. Well, not when we want to, when we arrange to. That's going to be really exciting. So we started redecorating it because it was Little Black Dog's brewery tap room, and we said we'd get in, start trading it, and then once we had a bit of time, we'd then start bringing it into the Brew York brand guidelines. So that's had a bit of a whitewash. We've painted all the walls to a neutral colour, or Brew York colours, and then Andrew in the back of the room and his team are going to go down, measure up, and we're going to get some branding and signage put in there very, very soon, as well as the kitchen. They used to have a little pizza kitchen back there, which I walked in and it was such a fire hazard. It'd just been built and no one had paid that much attention to whether you could actually cook it in there.
You could cook in there.
You could
Whether
cook
you
in
would have
there.
been doing it legally or not, so another matter.
Hygienically, so we liked the idea, but we've now stripped it back, rebuilt it, put lots and lots of stainless steel, fire rated insulation, all that boring stuff. But it's looking really, really cool. So that's going to launch in the next few weeks, maybe 3 or 4 weeks. And Ghoul's finally happening. So the market hall's going to launch Easter weekend. So yeah, that's official. I've said it now, so we've got to do it.
That's first weekend in April, March.
So the start of the holidays, these school holidays, is the last week of March, first week of April.
Right.
So it's Easter's the first weekend in April. So we're going to launch to the public that week. We're going to get the keys to the building early March. So we need a few weeks to then make it what it's going to be and train and learn it all. So that's pretty cool. And honestly, I've been down to the site a few times now in the last few weeks, and it's just gone from a building site to an amazing space. So it's starting to get really, really exciting. Blows my mind. Like we're up on the roof of the bar where the serving tanks are in there, and it's just surreal. That it's just. Yeah, it's gone from literally just a mark on the floor to what it is.
I've yet to see it.
And yeah, you've got to get there because you're going to have to climb up that wall to fill those tanks. So that's really, really cool.
More dainty than me.
So we're going to get a few more, a lot more information out to you guys in the coming weeks to really push and promote this and let you know what's going on there. The space is really, really cool. There's over £250,000 spent on audio and visual. So it's equipment. So just in time for the World Cup. So there's a huge screen, huge music system, live bands and all sorts. So anyone who knows any bands in and around the Goole area or people who want to commute to Goole to do stuff, we'd love to hear from you.
I think we need to get a bar over there with some bedrooms.
I know. Well, you can sleep on top of the tank. So we've got a hand up in the corner of the room from the pop crew. That's a good question. So are we going to be doing brew and bow or something different in the kitchen in Carlton? So we're actually going to do brew and slice, which is one of the 4 food vendors that's launching in Goole, which is deep dish Sicilian style pizza, but by the slice. So we've been working with I don't know if anyone is from York or if they've been to the block in York. Unfortunately, the block closed at the end of December. So Scott from the block's been training our team on how to make that style of pizza. It's really, really nice. We launched it at our staff get together a few weeks back. Tried it out. Absolutely love what it tastes like, and hopefully you guys will as well when we launch it. But that's going to be launched in Carlton in a few weeks' time.
Yeah, they had one of the pizzas with one of the things that's become one of my most favourite things in life, Endure. You know that like spicy like Italian sausage stuff that's the paste? Oh my God, that on anything is goddamn amazing.
Yeah.
Endure, yeah.
But
However you pronounce it.
When the guys were doing the...
For years, I didn't know how you pronounced it, so I called it nudger.
Nudger.
I also called it this.
We do like a bit of nudger. So when the guys were when we were doing the prototype or the testing the prototypes out and doing the dough's amazing because they've taught us what we needed to know, but the toppings are basically free reign. And I was here doing some work on the beer hall or making sure things were on track, and I went back to Osborne where we were doing the trials. And the guy's like, "Oh, here's the pepperoni. Tastes amazing. We had a mushroom and mascarpone, really, really nice. You probably wouldn't like that."
No.
And then they gave the Nduja, however you pronounce it. and it burnt my fucking mouth off. It was so hot, and I was just like, "That's really nice, but that is just beyond like hot." And I like spice, but I ended up having to put all the mushroom and mascarpone on top of it to dial it down. I was like, it was the specific sausage we bought that was just a really, really hot version. So you probably would love that. But
Well, I mean, very much a little goes a long way with that kind of thing, but it wouldn't be very Brew York if we did it that way, would it?
Other updates. Six Nations coming up. Massive. I'm a massive rugby fan. He is as well. It's one of the sports.
England Ireland's the first game up, isn't it?
And we get to put free to air, so we get to put it on in all of the venues, which is really good. But every year we want to try and make the experience better. So we've just refurbished the tap room. We're going to put a new projector and screen up in the end of the tap room where the mosaic wall is. So we're trying to get that sorted now. We've got a week to sort it. Hanley across in Osborwick, we've got the big screen there anyway, but we're going to try and do something on the mezzanine. So if you go to Hanley, there's a private, well, that's not private, but we just don't open it that often. There's a mezzanine. We're going to do some rugby screening up there. So if there's something going on downstairs, you can still watch the rugby. So right now, one of the fixtures says closed. No, we're going to be open, but we just haven't worked out exactly how yet. So lots of prepping for that. The Old Grey Mares getting an extra TV in the outdoor space.
Oh, cool.
Because the seating for the sports is in one zone, so we're just trying to make sure we've got enough capacity to show it and let people enjoy it. Because in a few months' time, there's another World Cup coming up, so we're just trying to make sure we've got a bit of a practice in time for that. Because we always try to get the balance of having live sport but also quiet zones. So in our venues, we like to make sure you don't alienate anyone by having it on.
I haven't actually looked into that. Is the World Cup on terrestrial?
Oh, I haven't looked at that either, but I assume it is because it usually is. It has to be.
Good.
And one exciting breaking bit of news that's just completely unbelievably. we just got confirmation by text before we started.
In fact, about 5 to 7 when we were sat here, we got confirmation from Cammy that he's going to let us re-release the lager that we did with him for Christmas. Once again, raising money for Prostate Cancer UK.
And he's going to come and do. I might have misread this, but he's definitely going to do a live event with us again.
I think you might be putting words in his mouth. I'm sure he will be, but we need to confirm that.
So that'll be really cool, and it'd be good to get an update from him. We haven't seen him for at least a year, so it'd be really nice to catch up with him. Good shout. Have we ever thought of doing anything from
like MND? Yeah.
So
well, my dad died of MND, so yeah, that's a good shout, Bob. Yeah. Do you know, I'd love to meet him. Yeah, absolute genuine gentleman and hero. Absolutely, yes.
Well, it's a good shout. And when we were at the stadium, one of the not the final night's game, but one of the later games, Lindsay Burrow was in there raising money for charity as well. So it'd be really nice to speak to Clint, the guy who owns York Knights, and see if he can hook us up, and we could maybe. I think they've done something with Black Sheep, though, haven't they?
Possibly, I don't know.
Well, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what we can do. It doesn't rule it out, but it's when people have a tie already with a brewery, then that's the usual route. Wild Child, is it? Okay. But we'll see what we can do. So have you polished off your Empress already?
I did that a while ago.
It's not a competition.
Just enjoying myself, Wayne. Sorry, Dad.
And you haven't got the toilet yet.
Why would I need to go to the toilet? You're drinking that much liquid.
The bladder's that big now.
Any more questions before we move on to talking about this final beer, Pete?
Got a couple online. That's all right. So one from Alan. He's asking a question about the.
Thanks to you. What do you mean?
Not me. Alan. So Alan online. He's asking any reason with a Facebook beer club is policy can no longer host.
Pete, can you answer that question?
I can answer that question.
Have you got a microphone?
I don't have a microphone. No. Do you want me to come up to you guys?
Yeah.
On the stage.
So if you can just climb on top of the bar. Pete.
Hey guys. Oh.
Right. So
I look after all the socials and the Facebook group. To answer that question, which is going to pop up on screen shortly, Meta's done some updates, which has really kind of kicked us and all the other breweries and people that work in the alcohol trade. So it kind of started off last summer, where first of all, anybody who was posting any photographs in the beer club group was immediately being flagged as inappropriate content, which meant that we had to manually go on there and approve every photo. But then it updated again just before Christmas, which meant that we could not be in any group at all. So we've had to like declare ourselves as a alcohol business, and it means that we can't be in any Facebook group anymore. So we're not even in our own beer club anymore, which is a very strange problem. We're trying to get around that. So
I'm sure if we pay some sort of premium subscription, we'll be able to do it again.
It's something we're looking into where we've.
So, Mr. Zuckerberg, bastion of free speech, who will no longer police people saying whatever the fuck they want online, will not allow us to be.
I know,
And to kind of comment on the situation, because it's not just us as Brew York, but it's every one of our venues as well. And it's a real kick in the teeth because we promote so much of our like events, like new beers that are pouring like through these like local community groups, and we can't do that anymore, which is, as I say, it's a real kick in the teeth for us.
It's volunteer pub groups as well.
Yeah. Anyone who's like any relation to alcohol, it's we've had to declare it. Yeah, Instagram, we don't seem to be having that problem. It just seems to be a Facebook problem, unfortunately. So there may be an update on their part when they realise how much it's like damaged our industry. But until then, we're just doing our best to try and get around the situation. So you guys can still post amongst yourselves in the group. Like, please don't stop doing that. Like, we love seeing the photos in there. We might have to join as like individuals in the group so we can like start conversations and such. But leave that with us.
Then you can follow Pete on Facebook.
Yeah.
So Pete will be on there as something called Travels with Pete.
Like and subscribe.
So maybe Meta will fix it hospitality quicker than Labour will fix hospitality. We'll see.
But very on point. It is weird, some of the laws they have around alcohol advertising and so forth. We were talking just before where one of the breweries that we are hoping is going to come and join us, and I'm not going to say the name just yet because it's not confirmed, is from Finland. And they're saying that, yes, they can absolutely come to the festival, but it's looking like they can't do a collab with us because their government has banned them from doing collabs. What? Yeah. I had to reread it about 3 times. What? So apparently it's been challenged, and they hope at some point this year they might be allowed to do collabs once again. But as it stands, they're not allowed to do collaborations.
Somebody worked with before?
All of the European breweries that we are working with this year for the birthday bash, we have not worked with before.
So the whole what we really wanted to do for our 10th birthday is bring new and interesting. Not that the existing breweries we've worked with aren't interesting; they are very interesting. But we just wanted to try something and bring some new breweries into the equation. We're not saying that there aren't going to be repeat breweries because we might have to go and ask one of the old breweries back. But the plan is 10 brand new breweries that you guys haven't seen at our beer festival before, which is good and bad because I'm sure a load of you would love some of the repeat appearances, as we would. But the plan was for 10th birthday to try something completely new and different.
Yeah, and we've worked with so many great breweries over time. If we then go and ask one of them, then so many others are going to be like, well, why them and not us?
Yeah.
So it is much simpler just doing 10 new guys, and then we're not annoying anyone.
But maybe we get to a stage where we can do a second festival.
We just got the hurry up sign from Pete. We need to talk about this beer.
Are we on the third and final beer?
Yeah, we are on for the
5
third.
minutes. Let's go.
Well, I can probably save some time because a lot of the stuff that was supposed to be said at this point, we stupidly said earlier.
Well, yeah.
So we're supposed to be telling you at this point about the 10 versions of EMPRESS that we're doing this year.
But what is this version we're drinking?
We've already done that. So this is the orange brandy one. So for many a year, I've been trying to get my hands on something like a Grand Marnier barrel. It's such a wonderful spirit, and I always wanted to know what a imperial stout, in particular one of our tonka containing ones, would taste like if you put it into a form of orange liqueur or orange brandy barrel. And we at long last get to find out what that's like. So yeah, we've got these French orange brandy barrels that we sourced directly from France, and then we have put some of the EMPRESS in. as always, when we are doing barrel-aged versions of Empress, because it's spending about a year in the barrel, the tonka and the coconut becomes a bit muted. So what we have here is not entirely barrel-aged beer. It's barrel-aged beer blended with 50% of the new beer. So you get that reinvigoration of the kind of coconut character in the tonka and some of the other flavors. But then that's layering on top of all that stuff that's kind of matured and refined and softened out over that period. So it leads to an overall kind of more complex, more rounded beer. So I think what you're getting from the orange is, I don't think it's massively in the face orange. I think it's subtle, but it is there. I think it's lent a little bit more sweetness to it and then a little bit of the orange character. But I do like what it's doing. And it's a good job we do like it, because some of that barley wine I was telling you about earlier has gone into these barrels that used to have this in.
Is this there's barley wine Davide creation? So one of Davide, our head brewer, it's one of his specialities. He led the barrel aging project at Lervig a few years back, and
Can you remember the name of the beer?
I always forget it.
It's called Paragon.
Paragon, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
God, they must
So
have good
Lervig have a very famous barley wine called Paragon. Absolutely stunning beer. I don't know if what he's done is a clone of that, but
definitely
he definitely knows a thing or two about making barley wines. So I tasted the beer that before it went into barrel, and it was beautiful. And there's a bit of an adage they say when making barley wines: if you want a really, really good barrel-aged barley wine, make a shit barley wine and then put it in barrel. I'm hoping that if you make a good one, you get an even better one, because the beer that went into barrel, I would quite happily have supped that right now.
We need to. Has anyone got? I've got his number. We need to get hold of Bacon, don't we? He loves his barley wine.
Anybody remember Tom Bacon, who used to work for us in sales? Yes, notorious around. If you drink in pretty much any pub in York, you have met this guy. Like to drink, very good for us in the local market doing sales, but likes barley wines for breakfast.
The festivals and events. I just remember at London Craft Beer Festival, someone had a pallet truck pulling our bar setup towards our bar, and it wasn't our team. It was one of the London Craft Beer Festival team doing the work. And Bacon was literally riding the pallet and being pulled to the bar. I was just like, oh my God. I think he probably had
like
a barley
David
wine,
Brent style.
Have a barley wine in hand while he's being pulled to the bar. So, okay, what else have we got on this beer before we jump to the last? Well, actually, we've only got a few minutes full stop.
I think we've kind of said what we needed to about this one.
We've already told everyone, yeah. Anything else that's coming up?
Can I ask for a recommendation on the next beer that's coming out on the 9th of February?
So the one that comes out.
So new changing signature beers. So
I thought you meant the next Empress.
we alluded. I can't believe we didn't even put it in the topics. We mentioned last time, I think, that Keres wasn't doing it for us. We love the beer itself, but it's just not really selling. It's not working as a 3.4% beer. And especially in the signature range. So we will still brew sub 3.5% beers, but not permanently. And that's why we brought out Whitmer Hopmergate. So that was one of the experiments trying to work out, an option for a new permanent beer, and it was a Citra-based hop. So we definitely mentioned previously that myself and Lee went to Portland last year, and then we went to Yakima to do the hop sampling. Or hops smelling and hop rubbing, and we chose the Citra hops that are coming into the UK this year. So we thought, can we actually use that for something? Can we actually use Citra as a predominant bit hop in one of our beers? So that was where the steer was on Whitmer Hopmergate. So it was a single hopped Citra Pale Ale, and we've then refined that, and we're bringing a new core beer out called
Hopcat.
So it isn't a cat with a top hat
with a purple top hat and waistcoat,
but it's our new Citra based pale, and it's when you guys see it at the bar, it'll literally say Citra Pale, like Maris says bitter, and all the other beers have their style. So that's the predominant feature, but it's got a little leopard on it with hops as the spots.
The spots, yeah.
So it looks really cool, and more importantly, it tastes really, really good, and you can drink loads of it. which is for a signature cask beer. That's what we want. We want people to want to keep buying it and want to enjoy it. So,
and for those of you that are here and want to know what it's going to be like, Whitmer Hopmergate, which was the kind of predecessor, is on the bar downstairs. It's what Wayne and I were both drinking before we came on air here.
So yeah, it launches. They say 8th of Feb or 9th of Feb. 9th of Feb. So all of our venues will have it on from the outset. And then there's loads and loads of other venues who've signed up to trial it. So hopefully they'll keep stocking it and you guys will get to drink it even more. So really excited about this one. It became my new favourite beer when we brought Whitmer Hopmergate out. And it was a name that nobody outside of York even understood. But the fact it said Citra Pale on the front of it, it told people what it was.
And we did say last time, because I think if you were present last time, we also had the other beer that we were considering. Rudolph Reigns available. We all agreed at the time that Citra Pale needed to be the new core beer.
Can I just ask, as a silly question, which non-creative member of staff named the beer?
Don't know.
I think AI named it, Joanna.
No, it's me. Is it Joanna?
It was Joanna.
Was it you, Joanna?
No. Andrew came up to a meeting and said, we're going to talk about this beer. And I said, what about Hopcat? And I said Hopcat, and then he presented a pitch that said Joanna had said Hopcat. And I was like, well, I've already said Hopcat, so I get net bragging rights.
Oh, man.
No, sorry. So a little bit distracted, but this is going to be a big focus for us going forward. So over the next few weeks. So we are obviously a brewery brings out lots and lots of specials. They're really, really interested and excited, and that is what we love doing. But ultimately, when you go into a bar, you're not going to see our specials very often unless you know which bar to go to. So you guys will get it because you get the canned beers sent home, and you get to try a lot of them. But what we really want is you to see Hopcat in your local pub, and then the fun and exciting stuff in these more specialist pubs. So.
Tastes amazing.
Yeah, as Joanna says, tastes amazing. So tell everyone about it. Try it, and hopefully you like it. I love it. So if I like it, it's gonna be a winner.
It's awesome.
Oh God.
Sal.
So we're actually overrunning already, which is not a surprise. But we're going to do a few more questions. We've got a few bits that we don't really need to talk about because we've already covered them.
Well, we were going to talk about things we're excited about that are coming up, and we have spoken about the excitement of Google almost being there. Yeah. We've spoken about the updates for doing the bars. We've spoken about nitrogen generation that I'm really excited about. What we haven't told you is some of the breweries that are coming to the birthday bash. So we are able to announce the first 5. I think it went out on our socials this week.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But in case you didn't see it, we have Brewfest coming in from Italy. And in fact, I'm going to go one further. I'm going to tell you what we're making with these guys, if I can remember. So we're going to be doing an Italian Pilsner with those guys. If you want to make that kind of thing, learn from the masters. We've then got Frontal coming from Denmark, I believe. Oh, sorry, Holland. Which you must refer to as the Netherlands now. Sorry. So from the Netherlands, we're going to be doing some form of big stout with those guys.
Rascals are coming across from Ireland.
From Ireland, I think we're doing some sort of sessionable pale with those guys. We've got Sudden Death coming from Germany. And we're doing a dipper with them. I had a really, and it's 2-0 from Denmark. And we're going to be doing a West Coast IPA with 2-0. So I'm very excited about that one. But I had a video call with the head brewer from Sudden Death and Marianne also last week, whenever I think it was last week, talking about their approach to dipper production. And one of the biggest reasons that you do a collab is to learn from the people that you're working alongside. And just that sort of 30-minute conversation, I've learned so much from them about their approach. And I cannot wait to work with them to make that beer. I think we have really upped our pale production in recent years. In terms of the dippers that we've made, I think they're up there. Are they the best you can get in the UK? No. I think if I spend enough time with this guy, I think they could be. Yeah. So, yeah, really, really excited to take all of the things he's already told me, and I dare say he's got more to tell me. and to implement that with the dipper that we'll be doing. You're not going to like the price of it, though.
He says that to me, so he means you guys, not me. But yeah, we'll obviously take a hit if we need to make sure that you guys get the beer.
So I'll give you a hint. So the one we're going to do is probably about 20 grams per litre. So they do those all the time. And then they do certain special ones where they put 30 grams per litre of hops in. You might not understand those numbers, but if you think back to Magic Rock's triple, what was the...
I can't remember the combinations, but yeah, we don't brew in
Cannonball.
litres.
So when they started to do the cannonballs and they got really extreme with that, the very top end of what they did was about 33 grams per litre. It really is a case of diminishing returns. It becomes a marketing exercise at this point, really. You're not really getting that much out of what you're throwing in. But
that's 100 kilograms of hops for our batch of beer.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Sorry. Ooh-wee. It'll work out.
Buying your own field.
Yeah. Well, we're going to learn that next week because the guys from Green Gold have their hop farms, and we did that in America, and it was pretty awesome. I don't think our hop fields of Fuggles and Goldings will really.
Yeah, the hops we could grow would not cut the mustard.
We'll try that.
Last year, we went away to Norfolk for a little bit of a holiday, and there were certain fields that said those fields belong to Adnams.
Adnams
and all the barley that was grown in those. So
Yeah.
Let's see some Brew York.
Brew York fields.
So the head brewer of Adnams contacted me earlier today.
Really?
Yeah, Dan. We worked with him a few years back.
He's a really young guy. You wouldn't believe it. He's really nice as well.
They are looking to do something with lactose, so they thought they'd reach out to one of the people that use the most of it.
So
I can probably get him a good price, Bob. Yeah.
We have overrun for the people at home and for the people in the audience. You guys might want to go and try some beers.
Come on.
But we've got a
Mike,
few. Exactly.
You've had your hand up for so long.
We've got a few questions, so we'll do a few quick questions.
You know the question I'm going to ask you. I'm going backtracking to your barrel aged, and the one barrel I want you to do, and it's so expensive, is please do a sherry barrel. You never mentioned. I know it's expensive. But somewhere along the line, you've got to do one.
Yes, doing a sherry barrel would love to. One of the things we're trying to do more and more of with our barrel aged beers now is try different types of barrel that we've not used before, and if we can find them, then we will try and use them. But we then got to bear in mind that if it's, I don't know, £300 for a barrel that's a bourbon barrel, and maybe a premium of £500 if we're going to get something weird and
oh, it's more than that.
But if you then go to £1,000 for a barrel, we have to recoup that because we're not going to get to.
And that's kind of where we are with sherry. Like, I can get a bourbon one for about £200. Sherry one, I haven't looked at recent pricing, but it would have been of the order of sort of £800 to £1,000. But that's because you'll have heard me say this before. But sherry is cellared, so they have it in one barrel. They put some young stuff in. They take a bit out, they bottle that, they then put some more stuff in. So they're constantly cycling this product through this barrel. So it's very rare to see a sherry barrel retired. And if they do get retired, almost all of them go to Scotland. Because pretty much the best thing you can age whiskey in is something like a Pedro Jimenez kind of barrel. But what might have changed that recently is distilling got a little bit carried away and made too much product. And a lot of them have stopped making stuff now, so there won't be so much demand for any form of barrel. So maybe, just maybe, no guarantees, maybe the price starts to come down if the Scottish guys aren't wanting them to put the whiskey in, in which case we might be able to get one.
And the other thing which will help this, I'm not saying, I'm not putting words in Lee's mouth either, but once we've done the birthday wax top bottle series, there may be occasions when we can do bottles in the future. And if we're going to spend £1,000 on a barrel, you can guarantee it'll be in a bottle by the time we package that beer. And well, yeah, exactly. So these are going to be, you buy one for drinking now, you buy one to save and see how it turns out. So yeah, these are pretty exciting series that we'd hope to to take on and keep doing. 10 years in, we're hoping to do our bottles beers finally.
Yeah, but who knows? Maybe our team will have all resigned after we've made them do 3,000 of them things.
No, he's not. Bob's volunteering. He's going to wax dip it. Yeah, we've got plenty of people in the audience who are going to wax dip for us.
The more wax, the more valuable it is.
Any other final questions? You got any online, Pete?
Yeah, got 3 nice ones. If you want to quick fire these. So, first one is from Adam508, the 508th Adam on YouTube.
Or maybe he wears Levi 508s.
I have a few barrel aged Empress from a previous release that put up on their best before dates this year. Will they last past their best before dates?
Yeah, they will.
I wouldn't worry about that. Yeah, they'll be fine. Yeah.
What we don't want to do is put a date on a can and a retailer to sit on that product for a long, long time. We want you guys to decide when you want to drink it. Once you've bought that can, it will be good for at least 10 years. But we can't guarantee that because we don't shelf test the products. But we're almost 100% sure, well, 90+% sure that they'll be really good.
We'll put it this way: the first time that we released barrel aged Empress was 2018. Yeah. I still have some of them, I have drunk some of those recently, and they were good.
I find a lot of our imperial stouts, and then I don't drink imperial stouts very often, so I just pass them to Joanna and she drinks them and she tells me how it is. So like these are ones that were best before were like 4 or 5 years ago, and they're still tasting really, really good.
Can I just say, don't keep them next to a warm oven or in a really hot place. Because a lot of people keep them next to ovens and.
Yeah, temperature control them. Like when we drink warm beer, when we drink dark beer, we encourage you to bring it up to temperature before you drink it. But if you want the beer to last long, store it cold still. Store it cold, it will last longer. And then when you're ready to drink it, let it come up to temperature. Don't store it ambient. It's really not the best idea. But.
Speaking of the 2018 barrel aged beers, have we saved any for a special blend?
we do have a few things left in barrel. I could lie and tell you we've got plans for them, but no, we haven't worked it out yet.
And final question from our good mate Alan. Different Alan, can we wind back to the start and redo barrel aged cherry TONKOKO from 5 years ago? It was sublime. It
was good, wasn't it? It was the lowest strength barrel aged beer we've.
Was it 9.5? Something like that.
I think it might have only been like 8 or something, 8.5.
No, it wasn't that low.
Joanna, I gave you one for Christmas, didn't I? Cherry barrel aged cherry TONKOKO.
Yeah.
What strength is it? Do you remember?
You don't have it back.
You still got some?
Yeah, and I've got. Tell them what else you gave me.
I can't remember.
Flux One. What was Flux One?
Oh yes. No one remembers, do they?
Is this your quiz?
This is the barrel aged beer.
Myself included.
Guess what Flux One was?
What
flavour profile was it?
Orange TONKOKO.
Chocolate orange.
Was it really?
Chocolate orange. Well done. Yeah.
That was number 1.
Yeah, and I've got it.
So I think, was it barrel aged Mockerman Randy Sellers? That was number 2, wasn't it?
Might be number 3 or 4. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. I remember it had a pink.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, yeah, we.
Right. So, any final questions
save
in the
them,
room? Yes, Emma.
Coming up to 10 years, like what's been like your highlight?
Oh my God, too many. So we've been asked offline what is the highlight. So it'd be very hard to name one thing, but I just have to say that the journey that myself and Wayne and the team have been on, compared to where you and I thought we would have been, has been quite the ride. We thought we were going to make this nice little brewery bar type thing in the centre of York, and York's a good tourism hotspot, and we'll probably do okay out of that. We didn't really see us going beyond this building down here. And then inside, 18 months, we were smashing the things that we thought we were going to be doing in sort of 3 to 5 years. We've now got this ridiculous sized brewery up the road. So many things to be proud of, so many people to be proud of, so many moments to be proud of. It would be incredibly hard to single out one thing. Even if you said, tell me one thing from each year, I'd have to give you lists. It's been a lot of stuff.
When one of the one of the bits that's surreal and was crazy was when COVID hit, and we genuinely thought that, and this is 5 years ago, well, 5 years ago, and you think we'd only been doing it 4 years, and we thought those 4 years were going to go to waste because we were going to lose our business and everything else. Everyone we employed was going to lose their jobs, and it was going to be horrendous. And then that moment when we managed to switch all of our production to cans, and you guys literally just bought every can we ever brought, which was just amazing. And thank you again for that. It was so good. And that was a bit surreal, because that was what we got to, because it was only 4 years in, so it wasn't that long in terms of what we were doing, but we were so far away from those parts of the business.
And I think that transformed what we were as a business, because we then started to do this stuff, and then we got this closer connection with you guys, which I think has really become what Brew York is now about. So,
yeah.
The market tap opening in Poppington, and then 2 weeks later,
We had to close it down.
we remember that, Bob. There was two bars we brought at the time. One of them we managed to open for 2 weeks. The other one we had to wait for a year or so before we could open it.
There was 6 of us outside. And girls drinking beer.
Do you want water bottles?
Yes, Mel.
Yeah, I've always liked the artwork that goes with beer, but I've never done anything about it until your 9th birthday, where you provided a poster to go with the can labels. And I've actually stuck all my can labels on and now.
Good. Well done.
Anything like that for the 10th, with all the lovely artwork and produce, and then just to put it on for display.
It's a good question, because we have a big conflict and a push-pull now, in that I think most people in the audience and most people at home loved the books we did and the stickers we did, which was just us being geeks and thinking Panini. We love keeping stuff, and then once production started ramping up, the biggest headache in terms of the canning days was the labeling machine keep going down all the time, and we realised that if we're doing the scale of production we need to reduce downtime, and we had to take out a lot of stuff like that.
Yeah,
but we kept bringing it back for specials.
But what we have said is we're not going to stop doing it entirely, and we do think there was occasion when it is entirely appropriate, and 9 Realms was that. And I think for the birthday beers that we're doing next year, the 4 that we release in April, the subsequent ones that come after that, is there a plan for a manner by which you could collect them? Not yet. That one's coming your way, Andrew.
Andrew and Pete, give them the ideas, because
The poster is brilliant. It's not big. It gets really nice on your wall.
Well, we've done that, but again, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So maybe we could do something along those lines again.
The long bin bits.
the bar runners. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, have we got any more questions? Are we going to wrap up? We can do more questions in person. Another one from the audience.
I know sour beer isn't a thing for everybody.
Yeah.
But the best sour beer you've ever had was one at your birthday bashes. And it was an American one, and it was called Tiger's Blood. And if you ever can produce anything like that, onto us and let your winners.
Right. I'm unfamiliar with that. So I'm guessing it's red in colour. But
it wasn't a Hidden Springs, was it? From a Hidden Springs, the American brewery
from Tampa Bay,
where Josh was here with us.
How long ago was this?
Yeah, it'll have been Josh from Hidden Springs. Well,
we're both still in touch with Josh.
We'll ask him to come across and brew a UK version of it. He's a real nice guy, and what we've. It's funny actually, because the competition has been on here, the Ciba Beer competition in Warmgate, and it was weird to see that only one brewery from every brewery in the Northeast put a sour beer into the competition. And we used to have Goose Willis in our core range, and it feels disappointing that we brew a lot of sour beers to have not been in the running.
It's been we in our first few years, as soon as we made the foray into keg, we had the core sour. That was relatively unheard of for a UK brewery.
Yeah.
And Then we decided it would be better if we didn't have a core one and we just did regular sour beers, and then maybe the sales would be better because people are always getting variety and that's what people want. But then this last year, sales have really fallen off a cliff for sour beer. Consequently, we plan to do 4 this year. Yeah. Whereas last year, I think we had 1 a month scheduled. And it's a personal disappointment to me because they're one of my favourite things to make, one of my favourite things to drink. But we have to follow the sales.
Yeah. So,
Oh, that was great.
So one of the funny things, or not funny things, but one of the reasons the way we approach it, especially when it comes to the SEPA beer competition, is you're supposed to, and the same with Camera festivals, you're supposed to submit beers that you produce regularly, and then if you win, people get to see that beer again, or it goes on to the next stage of a competition. So when we first started, we would brew. If you said there was a category, we would brew a beer for it, and if it won, we'd keep brewing it. We want to make sure that people try our beers and find ways to do it. Whereas now we have a signature range, and we can't. The production team are already under enough stress. We can't keep adding to it. So we just submit our signature beers into competitions. But I was definitely jealous. I was like, why have we got a sour beer all the time? But no one buys sour beer all the time, unfortunately.
Oh, I mean, if it was entirely my decision and we could ignore actual sales, Goose Willis would still be in the core range. I love that beer.
Really sour Goose Willis, like proper tart, so that people love it. So we've completely overrun as always. So we're going to wrap things up now.
So we're not running away. So if you are still in the room, this can carry on. But sorry, guys, online. If you wanted this to carry on, you should have got yourself here.
So thank you for joining us, and cheers, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.